Hellos, welcome and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, hi, thank you for stopping by to watch this video. My name is Abigail. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about protective style for natural hair, how helpful or damaging it can be to our natural hair. We all know that protective style is really important when it comes to hair care. So I'm just going to be talking about protective hairstyle. So I'm going to be grading this protective hairstyle based on how well they reduce breakage and protect our hair, and this grading that I'm going to be doing is going to be based on my own personal experience because I've done some of these hairstyles. So I'm just going to see what I feel about this hairstyle, and I hope this would be very helpful to you. Okay, so anywho, without wasting much time, let's get straight into the video. So the first hairstyle I'm going to be talking about is box braid. Box braid is actually a very popular common hairstyle that is being done, and I really love box braid. It's very beautiful. But one thing I do not like about box braid is the fact that it's actually very painful. And why it is painful is because of the method that is being used to install this particular style. So most braiders, when they braid this kind of hair, this box braid, they tend to like hold the hair really tight so that the hair will not pull off after it is being installed. So that's one thing I don't like about box braid. It is very painful. Well, I would say it depends on the braider, depends on how the braider tend to like have a firm grip when making that particular style. And one thing I do not like about the hairstyle is the fact that when you install box braid, you would not be able to moisturize your hair because you would not have access to your hair. You would not be able to see your hair inside anymore. That is one thing about box braid. But the good part about box braid is the fact that it lasts longer and it actually protects your hair. You know, when you make box braid, you will not be able to see your hair because your hair is firmly tucked in with the extension, so you'll not be able to have access to your hair any longer. So because of the method of installation, this hair tends to last longer, and you basically protect your hair strands. So on a scale of 1 to 5 on how protective this style is and helps to like reduce breakage, I'm going to rate it 4 over 5 because it's actually very good. So before you install this particular hairstyle, you want to make sure that your hair prep before installing this hairstyle is top notch, is on a very good level before installing box braid. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to say about box braid. The next one is knotless braid. Knotless braid is a very beautiful hairstyle. I love knotless braid. It is really beautiful. And why I love knotless braid is the fact that it's actually not painful, less tension on the scalp. And why it is actually less tension on the scalp is because of the method that is being used to install this particular hair. You know, when you want to install knotless braid, they do not braid with extension from the root as it is being done for box braid. But this one, they have to like braid your hair a little bit from the root before they start adding extension. So that is the method that is being used to install knotless braid. But there's something I want to like talk about before going into this knotless braid is that those people that used to actually install knotless braid and the length of the hair is getting to their knees, that is no longer a protective style. It is no longer a protective style. If you're actually making knotless braid or box braid and the length of your hair is getting to your knee, it is no longer a protective style. I don't know what you're protecting. Because when you take down that hair, you would experience a lot of breakage. And remember, the sole aim of you putting your hair in a protective style is to basically protect your hair and not to damage your hair. So if you're making knotless braid or extension, whatever extension, and the length is getting to your knee, it is no longer a protective style. Just crop it out. It's no longer a protective style. That is something I just want to say. Okay, so now back to knotless braid. Knotless braid has less tension on the scalp. That's something I love about knotless braid. This knotless braid, it doesn't last long as compared to box braid. And why it doesn't last long is because of the method that is being used to install this particular hairstyle. Remember that for knotless braid, they have to like braid a little portion of your hair from the root before they get to like attach extension to it. So because of that, your root or your scalp is more exposed. so it becomes frizzy and dry because of how exposed your hair is. So that would make the hair become old faster, unlike box braid. Yeah. So if you're not able to like care for your hair well during that period of you installing this knotless braid, your hair can become really, really dry. That's when you take down this hair, you lose a lot of hair. And now, how you're going to lose a lot of hair depends on the length and the section of how the hair is being done. You don't want to be making all those tiny knotless braid. If you have fine hair like me, I have fine hair, my hair is really, really fine. If I want to make knotless braid, I'm not going to install knotless braid that is done in tiny sections. That is going to be very detrimental to my hair. So if you want to make knotless braid and you know you have fine hair, just option for medium or large length. That would not put so much pressure on your hair. But if you know you have coarse strands of hair, then you can make tiny extension. But make sure that the extensions you're making is not down to your knee, because that is no longer a protective style. Maximum waist length is actually fine. Okay? Yeah. So on a scale of 1 to 5 on how protective knotless braid is for natural hair, I'm going to rate it 3/5 for me. Yeah. So the next one is wigs. I love wigs. I love wigs so much. Wigs is actually my favorite. Why I love wig is because it doesn't stress me. It's not going to stress anybody. I love wigs so much. And basically when I'm putting on wigs, it means that my hair has to be on cornrows, and it's just really easy because wigs as a protective style simply means I get to like have access to my hair and scalp, and that is the same thing for everybody basically. When you're putting on wigs, you just put your hair in a cornrow, you have access to your scalp, and you can moisturize your hair. So even if you go out with your wigs and you're back, you can remove your wigs when you get back from wherever you've been to and just moisturize your hair, oil your scalp, massage your edges. But the bad side about wigs is that if you have a receding hairline, probably your hairlines are not really intact, putting on wigs every time would not be so good because it would affect your hairline even more. So you have to be very careful when it comes to putting on wigs if you know your hairlines are not in good shape. Okay? And you don't want to be installing frontals too often if you are someone that like to wear frontals, because basically you putting on frontals, you are using glues on your edges most of the time, and when you want to take off this frontal, you have to like pull it off with force, just like remove the wig, and that can actually pluck out some of your hairline, and with time your hairline would be damaged. So you want to avoid that, avoid frontals. Instead, wear closures and all of that, wigs that you don't have to like use glue or anything. Okay. So on a scale of how protective and how it helps to like reduce breakage, I'm going to rate wigs 5/5 because it's actually very wonderful. Yeah. The next hairstyle is crochet. Crochet is actually a very beautiful protective hairstyle. And one thing I love about crochet is that it actually has less tension on the scalp. And this depends on the method on how it is being installed, because there are actually two ways you can install crochet protective hairstyle. You can actually cornrow your hair before installing the crochet, or you can actually single plait your hair before installing the crochet. These are the two ways I know crochet can be installed. So if the person or you that want to make the crochet actually braid your hair well, and you don't get to like grip your hair so tight before installing the crochet, you would not experience any pain. So crochet has less tension on the scalp. But if you get like cornrow your hair really tight or braid your hair really tight before installing the crochet, that is when you get like experience a lot of pain. But aside that, from my own personal experience, crochet has less tension on the scalp. But the downside about crochet is the fact that you would not be able to moisturize your hair because you will not be able to have access to your hair, and this can actually lead to breakage if you actually leave that crochet hairstyle for a very long time, because your hair would be really, really dry, and when you now take down the hair you'll be experiencing a lot of breakage. So based on this, my experience, I'm going to rate crochet hairstyle 3/5 because it's actually not really reducing breakage. It's actually protecting my hair, but not really reducing breakage. So I'm going to rate it 3 out of 5 for crochet. Yeah. So the next one is twist. Twists are actually very beautiful and very versatile. You can actually style twist in any way, and you can actually make twist with anything. You can make twist with extension. You can make twist with kinky. You can make twist with your natural hair with no extension, and there is flat twist. But I'm just going to talk about making twist with your natural hair and flat twist. Okay, if you have fine hair like me that have fine hair, I try to make twists that are really big, not so tiny, because when you're making all those tiny twists, they tend to like break your hair even more. So if you have fine hair, I would say you should make your twist medium to large size so that you don't get to like experience breakage. Except you have coarse hair, you can make those tiny mini twists and all of that. But if you have fine hair, just make medium to large twist. And you can also style your hair, as I said about mini twist. You can style it. You can have access to your scalp. You can moisturize your hair. You can wash your hair in twist. You can keep it for as long as you want. That is the beautiful thing about mini twist. And if you have fine hair, when you get to like make medium to large mini twist, it actually makes your hair appear fuller and look more nice. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. It's going to give that illusion that your hair is really full, whereas you have fine hair and your hair is not really full. That's one thing about mini twist. And when you come for flat twist is actually more of like as if you're making a cornrow. But instead of a cornrow this time around, you're just flat twisting your hair. And it's actually very beautiful, less tension on the scalp. Twist does not have much tension, so it has less tension on the scalp. You get to like have access to your hair, you can moisturize your hair and all of that. And it's actually a very beautiful hairstyle. So based on how protective and how this hairstyle can reduce breakage, I'm going to rate it 5 out of 5 because twists can help you grow your natural hair. They basically help you protect your hair. You can care for your hair the best way because you have easy access to your hair and scalp at the same time. So I'm going to rate it 5 out of 5. Yeah. So twist is actually a very good hairstyle. The next hairstyle I'm going to be talking about is Bantu knot. Bantu knot is actually a very beautiful hairstyle. I love Bantu knot. I have a tutorial on Bantu knot on my channel, so I'm going to put the link in the description card so you can go check it out to watch how you can make Bantu knot. But yeah, one thing about Bantu knot is that it can be painful depending on the braider, on the person that is making it. It can actually be painful and uncomfortable to some extent. For me, it's actually uncomfortable when I want to sleep. That is one thing I don't like about the hairstyle. But it depends on the installation of this particular hairstyle. But the good thing about this protective style is that it simply protects your hair because you don't have access to your hair in any way, and it reduces breakage. It doesn't cut your hair in any way. So Bantu knot is actually a very good hairstyle. On a scale of 1 to 5 on how protective Bantu knot is, I'm going to rate it 4/5. Just that the thing I don't like about it is that it's uncomfortable when I want to sleep. So yeah, that's what I have to say regarding Bantu knot. The next hairstyle on my list is Ghana weaving. Ghana weaving is actually a very beautiful hairstyle and a very popular hairstyle. A lot of people love to install Ghana weaving. But yeah, but Ghana weaving has its disadvantage. Okay, it's actually a very beautiful hairstyle, but it actually has its disadvantage. And now this installation of Ghana weaving actually depends on the stylist, the braider. When installing Ghana weaving, you want to make sure that the person installing this hairstyle does not have a very tight grip because most times people that braid Ghana weaving have very tight grip, and this can also affect your hairlines and can make you lose your edges. That is one thing Ghana weaving does. Ghana weaving is good at plucking out people's edges, hairlines, damaging their hairlines. So that is one thing about Ghana weaving that I don't like. So make sure that the person braiding your hair is not gripping your hair so tight, your front hairline. So once you install that Ghana weaving, you will not be able to have access to your hair basically. You'll not be able to moisturize your hair. But does it protect your hair? Yes, it does. But the only damage that it does is that if done frequently and held tightly, you can actually lose your edges. And if you are losing your edges, that means it's actually not protecting your hair in any way because you don't want to lose your edges and your edges is looking really scanty at the end of the day. But is it protective? If done properly, yes. So based on my own personal experience, I've actually done Ghana weaving, and the person who did the Ghana weaving for me did it really well. My edges were not held tightly. When I took down the hairstyle, my edges were still intact, and my hair was protected. I didn't lose much hair. So based on my own experience, I'm going to rate Ghana weaving 4/5. Yeah, 4/5. Now, all these hairstyle that I just rated now, that I just graded now based on my own experience, what I'm going to say is hair prep is very important before making this hairstyle. All protective style that you install, make sure that your hair is well prepared. And how can you make sure that your hair is well prepared? Is making sure that your hair is clean, your scalp is clean, your hair is well moisturized, well detangled, neat hair and all of that. Make sure that you prep your hair well before going to install this protective style. So hair prep is very important. So this is how I come to the end of my video. I hope you enjoyed this video. So do let me know what your experience is regarding any of this hairstyle in the comment section. So on this note, see you in my next video.